Hey Armando, I'm not going to ask you to resubmit for this, but this is part of the final project. You'll need to have a section of truncation, a section of phrases, and a section that demonstrates Boolean logic. And somewhere I lost you, so I'm going to try to find you. I am going to trust that you review this and that you incorporate it into your work. There is an additional opportunity to have me review your work before you turn in the final project, and I hope you'll take advantage of it because I'd be glad to look at them then as well. For truncation, you have affect, influence, and humanity. Truncation it actually has a mark. It is the asterisk. I don't know if you looked at the video. Maybe it wasn't an awesome video, so hopefully this one will be. Suppose you're working on the word mask, and you're trying to do a search. You want to make sure you get all of them. Say face mask. Well, if you put mask, M-A-S-K, asterisk, you will get mask, mask, and masking. You see how that lines up? And those would be the words. Suppose you were specifically looking for statistics. You could put statistic, because that is also in use, but that's the common place it stops. So if you put statistic with an asterisk, you get statistical and statistics. Let's look at prevent. If you put an asterisk here, see how it all stops here with a T? This will get the S, the ED, the ing. Prevents, prevented, preventing, and affect. We'll get with an asterisk, we'll get you affection, affect, and effects. Effect with an asterisk here. See how it lines up? We'll get you the S, the ing, and the iv. Effects, affecting, effective. One thing I use a couple of times is trauma. So if you want to find all the pieces of trauma, you would type the word and then start thinking. There's also traumatized. There is traumatizing. Trauma. There's some other words. There's traumatization. I'm sorry. Me and my typing today. Please spell it right. Anyway, let's put traumatized. Tizes. That's good for this. But as you'll see, when you spell things correctly, it all lines up here with the A. So to get all of those, you would put the asterisk here. I'm not sure that effect, you could use this, by the way, I'm fine with it, would work. Influence, you would get rid of the E. Let's look at this. Influence, I'm not sure this is a strong word for you, by the way, but if you were looking for influences, influencers, if you were including Instagram people and how they're making out in COVID. There are a lot of stories on that, by the way. And influencing. You can see here, the main part is this. And you should be able to get all of those in one search. It would take you 4 searches to have all of these, but if you use this, it will get them all together. And that is a value. It increases your ability to do more searches with less moves. Let's kind of come down here. So let's look at your phrases. Unemployment benefits, a total natural. The reason you're putting these quotes around it is so you don't have the unemployment was terrible and we could find a job, but the benefits of being on vacation were awesome. That would not help you. By putting this in the quotes, you will now get unemployment benefits together, which actually has validity to talk about how unemployment and economic devastation is affecting people's life. Nation and community, it doesn't really do much. It's not a flow. It's not like global warming. You know what I mean? It's not really a phrase. Actually, somebody put causes and effect. I'm like, what is that? And I went and tested against ProQuest, and actually that did work. But this really isn't. But what could work is community health. That might be something to look at, because if you search community health without it, it's not going to find like community health sections. It's just going to find community and health somewhere. They're not always together. So you might want to look at that. Community health or public health, that would have validity for your piece. And I'm going to go down to the Boolean. with Boolean searching, less is more. Let me kind of move these up. Suppose, this is a little exotic by the way, but you face mask and public health. So you would get articles where there's face mask mentioned and public health together. And you would just get that selection where they overlap. COVID-19 spread and prevention, that would be talking about, smaller groups and things like that. And would find those articles that are concerned about this COVID-19 spread and prevention, and that overlap is what you get in your search results. So this is too broad. It would be a nice poem, though. It is awesome. However, we have to find words that mean the same thing. This isn't really going to work either. It's going to be an and statement, an or statement, or a not. And I might put an image in your piece so that you'll please read it, because it's a little visual in some parts. But I'm really not sure where you're going with this. But it would be like unemployment and COVID-19. We'll just put this. COVID-19 and unemployment. That would be Boolean logic. And to some degree, you've probably been doing that. Now, if you're trying to focus on money, what is economics, I don't know. I have a hard time figuring out where you're going there. So kind of think about what you're trying to get out of there about happiness or surviving, survival, mental health, and COVID-19. Let's put this in here. And COVID-19. And you can also get rid of things. Suppose that you were doing something like this, but you didn't want the face mask, or you didn't want part of this. It would help more if it's one word, but let's kind of put that out there. I'm going to bring it around. Public health, not face mask. And that way you could see other factors and other things that are being done. I don't think it's helpful for your piece. Also, a really common one that you should be using for this would be COVID-19 or coronavirus. So then it gets both. Okay? So go through these and rework them. These are not in the ballpark. They need to look more like this, and actually have something to do with your topic, and also go through and strengthen your topic. And I'm going to expect you to do this on your own. I'm going to send it in an email too. I hope I see views on this video, because this is really important for the final project, that these start getting in order. So you really just have to copy and paste and edit. So let's get these right. And if you have any questions, Monday, 6 to 10, I'm doing office hours, and you can just pop right in. The Zoom link is at the top of the modules, and I also take appointments. So if you're having problems with this or anything that's not working, absolutely talk to me, because sometimes things do not work, and it's a good opportunity for us to work it out together. And that's part of the process. So anyway, have a great day, and I hope now you see what truncation is, phrase searching, and the use of Boolean logic terms and, or, and not.